I'll read. So, as promised, I'm bringing you something new. This is just an introduction video because, to be honest, there's a big learning curve. In fact, there's a massive learning curve on this one, and it's Forex. I've always wanted to veer away a little bit from the sort of gambling on horses, football, etc. Whether that be match betting, uh, sniper, and everything else we've been looking at, Betfair trading. I just want to come at things from a different angle. I've been promising it for a while now, getting into other things. So this is one of those things. It's another egg in another basket, so to speak. So the way I see it is, the more you have, the better off you're going to be, because even if you have a few eggs losing in certain baskets, it's not to say you're going to be down for the entire month. So I'm going to get into this one. It's been quite a big learning curve for myself, and I'm still learning, and this has all been done in demo. So basically, Forex, you're trading on the foreign exchange markets, so it's not stocks and shares, it's currencies. So here you can see these two charts are euros and US dollars. The H1's hourly and the M15's 15 minutes. It's different. There's different charts across here at the top. If you highlight them, you can see those. This software's MetaTrader 4, by the way. I had a look at this. So basically what you need, if we go to the start, you need some trading software. Like I say, this is MetaTrader 4. There is a MetaTrader 5, but I had a look at some of the differences, and for beginners, I think, or certainly um, my take on it was, I'd be better off with MetaTrader 4 for now. So that's what I've gone with. The software is free. You just download it and install it. But then you need what's called a broker to place the trades for you, a bit like the stock exchange, really. And I've used IC Markets. You can see it here. I'm using a demo account on IC Markets. Pretty straightforward to set up. You just create an account with them, and it's free again. It's just a case that they're expecting you to move on to a live account at some point, which I probably will be doing, but not yet. And I started with 500 quid. Now, I started in about the 19th of June, and I'll come on to that shortly. So you use your trading software and use your broker. So this trading software places the trades with the broker. It's a bit like, if you think of it like MetaTrader 4 is your trading software that you're using, like Betfair Bot Manager, for example, and the broker is Betfair Exchange, or brokers IC Markets. There's quite a few different brokers, and I'm still going to have a look around to see if I can find a decent one to use. I'm not sure what I think there's different lower limits. Like I want to start off on live, when I do go live, just with £100 bank. So if I lose it all, I lose it all. I don't know if they all do £100 minimum banks. I don't know if you have to invest more than that or not. So that's the theory behind it, and basically you just buy and sell currency, hoping it goes your way when you've bought or sold it. As you can see, what I've had running here is I've got two. Basically, what you do is you can trade manually, you can copy trade, or you can load these what's called bots, which are quite complex, automated engines that actually look at the patterns of the history of the charts and decides whether to sell or buy on your behalf. And there's a hell of a lot of settings for each of the bots, but I just downloaded them and got them going. I just ran them, basically. The reason I ran these one's called Dark Venus and one's called Dark Moon. The reason I ran these ones is because I've done a lookup. They were both free. There's a lot of paid for bots out there, and I don't know, the jury's out as to whether you're just paying to make the bot developers richer, or because, I mean, why wouldn't they be using their own bots, for example? So I just started off with some free ones. I was coming into this at a minimal expense, to be honest. So I downloaded Dark Venus and Dark Moon. They're both by the same developer. I'd read on the internet that Dark Venus was a really good one to start with and profitable, and then I just saw this Dark Moon at the same time, so I downloaded that as well. And so we started off on the 19th of June, so just over a month ago now, with £500, and it's our account balance is now 579.52, so that's a profit of 79.52. However, there's a but to that, a big but in fact. The balance really is only 498 because we've got an £81 deficit down here. The deficit being open trades. We've got 4 open trades, which add up to a total of minus £81. You can see one of them's minus 38, one of them's minus 48, one of them's minus 75 pence now. This is actually live. Well, it's not a live account, but it's live information. And this one's positive £5. You can see this bottom one was only placed today. The reason I've got these 3 negative one's from the 6th to the 7th, so it's that position and trading position still open from the 6th to the 7th, which is about 13 days now, nearly 2 weeks. This one's from the 11th. This price here was at 1.08. You can't see this dropped off the bottom of the graph, off the bottom of the chart. It was 1.08 something, high 1.08, and it just shot up to 1.12 all of a sudden. Shot up in a matter of like a day or so, or a few days. And which meant I've had these losing positions. I don't know I don't know when it's ever going to come out of these ones, to be honest. But they're adding up to about minus 80 quid there, minus 90 quid. The thing about it is, though, they're all with Dark Moon. You can see here they're all on this one here, whereas this Dark Venus hasn't got any trades open at the moment, and this one's been a hell of a lot more profitable. And that's the other thing. I ran these 2 bots, and I can't really. I was hoping to be able to split the bank, like my £500 bank. I was hoping to like virtually split it into 2 and have 250 for this one, 250 for that one, and do like say 1% trades on each of the virtual banks. But that doesn't look like it's a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually ditch this Dark Moon one, because obviously it's got these outstanding negatives. The Dark Venus one's been positive, and that's the other thing as well. I can't really get the information out very well. It's probably a learning curve on this software, but I haven't been able to find a way of doing that. You can look at account history and look at all the trades, and I try to export that, but you can only export it in HTML. When I got out into a spreadsheet and worked it all out, these didn't add up to the sort of money up here, if you like. Go down, you can see all these different. I'll come on to this one in a second. This advanced scalper tick mill. See, that does come to 579, so that's making me out to be a liar. But once I exported, I couldn't get it to come to that total. See, the HTML, it wasn't a great format. But if I added all these up, you can kind of see that the Dark Venus has definitely outperformed the others. And you see a lot of sort of 50 pence profits. It kind of dips in and dips out all the time during the day. The other thing as well is I just installed these bots as they stood. I need to tweak them. I've got some information on how to tweak them. Like, a lot of people don't trade on Fridays, for example, because it's the most volatile day on the exchange. So it's a bit like the stock market, really. Got a lot of similarities, but you trade in currency rather than stocks and shares. But you can see got some good returns on the Dark Venus here, especially early on. I don't think it's I just want to go down. I don't think it's done much since I haven't noticed much since the last few days, but I think that might be because of the fluctuation in the graph, the way it's risen, the swing there. I'm just trying to find. Oh, sorry, I'm on Dark Venus here now. 27th of the 6th, 26th of the 6th. Oh, right, okay, so it'll be at the top. to the top of here and we'll have a look. Whoops. Yes, I don't know what all this was at the top either. I don't know what all this bit is. Really need to sort of learn a bit more about this software, I think, before I go live. Yeah, well, so it's done a couple of trades already. No, that was yesterday. Sorry, it's the 19th today. Done a couple of trades yesterday, so yeah, we got about £1 out of it yesterday. Again, this just sits running on the PC, and all I've been doing each week, once a week on a Monday morning, I've been going in and taking this number here and populating it into a spreadsheet, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so this is a spreadsheet I was using. You can see we started off with £500 balance on Monday the 19th of June. The closing balance for that week was 516, so we had a £16 profit. And there's the percentage there and the total profit. These are just notes on what I was using. You can see I was using the Dark Venus bot, the Dark Moon bot, and the Advanced Scalper tick mill, which we'll come on to shortly. Which is it's basically just a copy bet. You're just copying a trader. So then after, so on the 26th of the 6th, I started with 516. We ended up with 544, which was an increase of £28. Then the third week wasn't the best week, but we still had a £4.82 profit. And then the fourth week we got a £24.91 profit. So in total our profit was £74.46. That's gone up another fiver since in the last couple of days because it's up to 579 now. But obviously we've still got this deficit. The open positions, which are in £80 to £90 negative, I didn't account for those in here because I wasn't totally they weren't there initially. Everything was clearing out at the end each day. It was only on the 6th of July when the first one stuck around and started going negative when that graph was rising. Was when I realised what they were. So that wasn't from the outset, so I hadn't recorded them in here. It's something I probably need to record going forward. In fact, it's only been an issue with the Dark Moon one. The Dark Venus seems to get in and out on the day. I think it has a lower stop loss. So like Dark Venus, if it loses like 50 pence or something, it will come straight out. And if it wins money, it'll come out. It doesn't seem to hold positions open longer than a day. Not that I've noticed anyway. It might do so, but not that I've noticed on my system, which makes it more preferable as well, I think, for me. But as you can see, the ROI is 14.89%, which is really good. So I'm going to go back and show you this one and show you a bit about the MetaTrader 4 software. Okay, so these are your charts here. Basically in this view, I've only got two shown. You can have as many as you want. You can rearrange them, drag them around and everything. I've not dabbled with this too much. Like I say, I'm not familiar with this part either. Sure, it's just showing the total balance for the account in this. So these two figures on here are the same on these boxes because it's not showing you specific numbers for Dark Venus or specific numbers for Dark Moon. It's just showing you the total for your account, which is where I thought it would have been different. However, what you can do, you've obviously got that's your 1 minute chart. You've got 5 minute, 15. I think the 15 minutes popular from what I've seen. 30 minutes hourly, which is what I'm doing for the Dark Moon, which might be one of the issues as well. You've got a 4 hourly, a daily, a weekly, and a monthly, so you can trade on all these different chart durations. Minutes obviously going to be obviously one end of the scale, and then you've got monthly at the other end. You can look at different exchanges. So if I go to file and new chart, these are the main ones at the top. I think they're called majors. So they've got like US dollar to Swiss francs, British pounds to US dollars, euro to US dollars, which is the one way of using the USD. Japan yen is pretty popular. USD Canadian dollar, and then you've got Australian US dollar. Then you've got all the miners, which are the there's different ones of those as well. So you've got all those combinations you can trade. And you've got a metal one as well, which is your gold to US dollars. I've heard that gold's pretty interesting, probably pretty volatile as well. So that's what you can do. So the only thing I've done is I've loaded. You can only load one bot onto one chart. So like if I've got like from what I've seen, if you've got euro, US dollar, half hourly, hourly one, I can only load one bot onto it, and basically you install your bots from the marketplace and you just drag them. So I would just drag that Dark Moon over onto here. You can see there, I could drag it onto there, but it's obviously already got that loaded on, so I'd get an error. But if I loaded up a new chart, I could load another bot in and drop that on. But I think what I'm going to do from this video onwards is just remove Dark Moon altogether, try and set my demo account back to £500, and then just run Dark Venus for a few weeks and see how we get on with that. The other thing I wanted to show you down here was the signals, which is basically the copy trading. Now you can see here, I'll make this a little bit bigger for you because it's all squashed in the bottom of the screen there. You can see I'm actually subscribed to this one because it says unsubscribe there, and this is the performance of it. Now it was doing pretty well until I got onto it as usual. You can see my statistics here. But what you can do, if I go to main first, these are all the different copy tradings you can do. They're like just kind of think of them as yeah, so they're more or less like packages of they're like investment vehicles, if you like. These are the names of them. You get them in the sort of stock and share world as well. I can't remember what they're called. I should know what they're called. I've got plenty of them. As you can see here, you can see the performance on these charts. Now, a lot of them cost you money per month, so you could just click on that one, register to it, subscribe to it for $30. And one of the limitations that I've found with this is you only seem to be able to subscribe to one. You can't, I can't subscribe to that one because I'm already subscribed to this one. Now, the reason I subscribed to this one because it was a free one. But then what I've also found out as well, so you can see another free one there, so I could subscribe to this one, EA, no, is that EA? Yeah, EA or FA Happy Gold. That's risen dramatically recently. I don't know how recent that is because I don't understand that the chart other than it's gone up recently. And it's free, so you could click on that and register for it. But if you do, then you can't stay registered to subscribe to the other one. For some reason, you only have one at a time, which seems bizarre. Because if you want to be spread out across these things, you'd have to run a number of different MetaTrader 4 instances, and I don't know if you can do that on the same PC or whether you have to have a different PC for each. That's something I've not gone into yet, which is part of the learning curve. It's all these questions, really. But as you can see, the one I did subscribe to, I'll go back down to it. It was doing pretty well. You can see from that, and that's why I subscribed to it. A, it was free, and B, it was doing pretty well. It had seen continual growth. And then, but since I subscribed to it, you can see what's happened. It's like dropped slightly. It's only gone down 2% since I've been subscribed to it in 4 weeks there. But yeah, it's the curse of Mr. D joining it and going down. Luckily, it's not cost anything because it's all in demo. But that was one of the other ideas. Rather than a bot, I was going to maybe try one of these. I might spin up another instance of MetaTrader 4 and still do one of these in demo, but maybe not this one. Maybe the Happy Gold or something like that. I'll have a look at some of the other free ones. You can mark favourite ones by clicking on the stars here as well. So I could like mark, I'll find that Happy Gold one again. Was it further down? Yeah, there's Happy Gold. So if I click on that, that should go into my favourites on this tab here, which it has. So I can keep an eye on that one separately and not have to find it in the list all the time. I also found out that this advanced scalper tick mill is only a demo. It's only a demo signal. So if I spun up a live version and live account, I wouldn't be able to use this anyway because I believe it's just a demo system. I assume what happens is when you go live, this company, Advanced Scalper Tick Mill, whoever, I don't know if that's the company's name. Trying to read that. I don't know. I presume they've got something to sell when you go live rather than. But you can see my performance there, me minus 2.3%. I'm assuming you, when you're using a live system, you would get it's some payment option to pay for one of their products. It might even be similar, but or the same. But you can see that's probably where I've jumped on there, where it's just dipped slightly, typically. But you can see over time the growth has been pretty good. It's just leveled off a bit at the very end there. It's been flatlined a little bit in the last sort of, I don't even know how long that is in time, because it's got 4,500, 5,000. And again, that's the learning part I need. And these graphs, I didn't have these numbers on to start with. I've got them on. I can't seem to get them off. It's an option. There's just hundreds and thousands of options on these graphs. You've got indicator lists where you can add things to the graphs and all this stuff. So I need to start learning a little bit about that. Also, I want to optimize the Dark Venus bot, so hopefully it'll work better. And interestingly, one of the things you can do, you can kind of back test on this. If you think of back testing our Betfair trading, if I go to, if I click on view here, just to show you this before we go, strategy tester here. You can see the strategy tester down here. I'm not sure why it's flashing away there. Doesn't normally do that. But you can see there we've got Dark Moon selected, and then we've got Euro, US dollar, and the H1 chart, which is what we're doing. So that's defaulting to the 1st of June and to today's date. So if I click on start there, it'll actually go between those dates and draw a graph. So you can see it drawing a graph there. It's back testing all the way back to the 1st of June. So you've got a dip there. And then you can see it drops substantially, and that's the drop. That's the negative, the £100 negative we've got there. You can see it's going from £231 down to 143ish, roughly. And that's from I believe that's from a £200 starting bank at defaults. Yeah, so the 1st of June here, you can see this is all the buy and sell trades it would have done if you'd been running it. So if you go down, it dropped to 190 odd quid, yeah, because we'd lost a bit. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, it goes quite high, but then obviously you've got to take into consideration there the two big ones I've got outstanding at the minute, and then the small one, all on Dark Moon. So what you can do here as well, you can come back and you can run this you can run Dark Moon on a different chart, you can run it on a different time period. Well, what I want to just show you quickly then is running the Dark Venus. You can see there, they're both by the same developer, Marco Solito, or something like that. And again, it's a Euro US dollar chart. You can have a different chart, and we're going to run this on the 15-minute because that's what we're currently running. We'll just run it for the same dates. If I quickly go over the graph again, you can see it drawing the graph as it goes. And with this one, you shouldn't. So with this one, you're not seeing a massive drop off at the end because we haven't got like the open negative positions that we have on the Dark Moon bot. This one goes up to over 372 quid there. So if we go to the results, you can see it. If I go to the top of these, it starts off again at 200, and it just, you can see it going up from there. And this seems to do a hell of a lot more trades because it's just in and out all the time, all the way down to the 17th or the 19th of July, and we're ending on £383 off a £200 starting bank. I don't know how risky this is because it's just the default settings, but I've got some configuration. You can put configuration files against these as well, against the bots. to back test different things, so you can change all the different parts of the bot, and I'll do that in the next video. Change all the different parts of the bot and then back test again to see how it would have done. Obviously, again, it's no guarantee for the future, but it's showing you what it would have done over the last couple of months, which is interesting. And you can go on this report as well, so you can see our initial deposit was £200. We had total net profit of £183. We had plus 250 worth of profit, and then minus £67 worth of losses on the trades. The profit factor 3.71. I think anything over 1's good, as in profitable. We had 226 total trades, and then that's showing you drawdown figures as well. So you can, that looks a bit high. It's like 53%. So you might want to tweak the bot so it brings that down, so it's a bit more safer. It's like your risk levels again, your investment appetite, and whether you want to go gung-ho and risk your money to make higher profits, or you want to take it slow and steady. Bit like Betfair trading, and also a bit like the stocks, and very similar to stocks and shares, to be honest. Okay, so that's take that off now. Strategy tester. You can customize all this view as well. It's looks pretty powerful software, but I think the learning curve's pretty steep as well. So that's all I'm going to show you for now. I'd appreciate any comments in the video, and also on the Discord server. I'm going to create a channel for it. Hopefully got a few followers who've actually dabbled, or even pros who can provide some useful feedback to benefit everybody going forward, so we can try and make a go of this. So like I say, just to summarize, I'm going to concentrate on this Dark Venus because it's definitely performed the best in the last month. I'm going to tweak it as well, and do some back testing, and then run it on tweaked settings. And I'll just be running the one bot, which will be Dark Venus, going forward for a few weeks, and I'll do a second video in a couple of weeks once I'm in a position to show you some numbers. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers now. Bye.